Over the Christmas period, I decided to redo this little studio space yet again. The setup you saw in the last video, I was finding I just wasn't being that productive in that space. So decided to revert back to a setup like this, although we've now got the pedal shelves on the wall. And in the process of organising these pedal shelves, I came across a handful of pedals that maybe I'd neglected a little bit. At least I haven't shown them off to you guys as much as I maybe should have. And that's what I love about doing this YouTube channel, is that I get to show you pedals and bits of gear that I really love. Maybe not necessarily the gear that you see tens and tens of videos dropped by other influencers, but more stuff that is maybe a little bit underrated. Anyway, I came up with a few pedals that I really should have showed you last year. I really should have made you a video on these pedals last year, but for one reason or another, didn't get round to it. All very different. We're just gonna bish bash bosh through them, get a few tones, I'll tell you what I like about them. First up, we have this, Hello Sailor Effects Abbey Road Fuzz. Now, I believe this is a hybrid transistor fuzz face, basically. So my understanding is that it has both silicon and germanium transistors inside of here, one of each. Correct me if I'm wrong, Joe from Hello Sailor, you can comment down below. I see you sometimes in the comment sections. He gifted this pedal to me, and it was a really, really generous thing to do, because I saw this pedal at a guitar show. I loved this kind of cloth finish. It's like a Princess Leia / David Bowie, and it says Rebel Rebel on it. And then the sides are like this weird alligator purple Tolex. It's awesome. It's one of the best fuzz face type pedals I've ever played. So let's hear it. Today I'm playing this, which is a Carl Longbottom Gordini, a new model from him. You'll see more about it next week, probably. I love this thing. Get ready to watch a very gloating review of this guitar, because it's seriously, seriously good. And then we're going into my Victory Deputy behind me. The clean sound is like this. Okay, so first up, that's not a clean sound. 2025 Jackson likes dirty amps now. I know, who'd have thought? The hybrid Abbey Road Fuzz from Hello Sailor. Pretty simple. I believe it's just volume and gain like any 2-knob, 2-transistor fuzz pedals. Let's go. Okay, really, really cool. I dig that. Like I said, it's probably top 5 fuzz faces for me. I love it because it's woolly. It kind of has that woolly, fluffy texture that a lot of people actually don't like about fuzz faces, but it seems to have a mid-range that helps that sound cut through, more so than I've heard from some other 2-knob fuzz pedals like this. Epic. Epic, and it looks killer to boot. I know the inside of this pedal looks really cool as well. You know, he does all the sort of nice components and stuff inside. It's really cool. I'm very grateful to Joe for gifting me this. He makes awesome pedals. Definitely go check out some more Hello Sailor stuff. Okay, let's move on to another pedal. Should we try another pedal with 2 knobs or a pedal with 1,000,000 knobs? Let's go 1,000,000 knobs. Okay, from one extreme maybe to the other. This is my Chase Bliss Habit. Now I bought this pedal 2 years ago in 2023. It's been one of the weirdest experiences I've had with any pedal, let alone any Chase Bliss pedal, because I've had some of the most musical moments playing with this pedal, but also some of the most unmusical moments. And I think that's why maybe it's fallen a bit by the wayside for me personally, because sometimes I just can't replicate those amazing moments. But when those moments are amazing, this pedal is like nothing else, and it's maybe one of Chase Bliss's best pedals. It's just, you got to get there first. Essentially, it's a digital delay pedal with 2 delay lines, one kind of normal delay line, and then another delay line that has like a 3-minute memory or something. And that's the bit that's sometimes hard to get right. So you can set them up to be some sort of rhythmical delay, or you can set them up to basically repeat what you played 3 minutes ago. I haven't actually touched the knobs yet, so let's just see where previous Jackson had this pedal set. Oh, it's not finished yet. This pedal's awesome. Just playing then, I kind of realised I need to spend more time with this pedal again, because the secret sauce for me with this pedal are these modifiers. You can modify the delay in loads of different ways, whether that's sort of digitizing it and kind of crunching it up like maybe the Lossy does, or the opposite, making it more analog. You can add octaves, you can change the way that the delay lines feed into each other. That's where this pedal shines for me. I'm not so keen on the stuff that repeats 3 minutes later, because it remembers all your mistakes basically that you make over a 2 or 3 minute period. And when you're just jamming, that's quite a long time to stay in the zone for. Maybe as a writing tool that works better, but those modifiers are where this pedal shines for me. I think I was too scared to make a full video on this pedal, and I'm glad I've just been able to do 5 minutes with it for you. Let's move on to another thing. Let's do this one, Thorpy Effects, and this is the brand new ER2, the ER2 Block 2. Let's get it set up and have a go. I never played the previous version of the ER2, but I know lots of my peers and friends loved it. Essentially, unfortunately, Thorpy had to discontinue it due to parts, like a lot of pedal companies are having to do at the moment, Chase Bliss being one of them. I think it's really the EU and England, you know, the UK, this part of the world that are causing those problems. But anyway, the new version of the ER2, redesigned from the ground up, but essentially sounds the same, I'm told, which is cool. I've been enjoying it a lot. I've not really spent too much time with any Univibe before, and it's kind of this beautiful blend of phaser and chorus vibrato. I mean, immediately, just syrupy, gooey, gelatinous, awesome. One thing I really like about this is the offset control, which kind of tilts where the emphasis of the waveform is. I think vintage traditional Univibes have that sort of towards the front of the wave, I don't know. But you can also kind of shift that back a bit and it gives it a completely different feel. Another cool thing about this pedal, foot switch, you just get the wet signal. So basically it turns into a vibrato, and it's great to have that on a foot switch. Really cool. The vibrato sound is subtle, but it just gives this movement to it that's to die for. I really dig it. Let's move on to another pedal. So this is a brand new Boss pedal that I think actually has been in a video or two, but I don't think I've done it justice, because this is quite possibly my favorite Boss pedal of all time now. It is the booster preamp, the BP1W, and this thing just takes your sound and makes it sound better. 3 different preamp modes on here. We have the preamp from an RE Space Echo unit, and we also have a preamp from a CE1 chorus unit. I think the CE1 preamp is a massive sound of John Frusciante from Red Hot Chili Peppers. So kind of a clean emphasis, you know, always on, make gooder sort of sound. But what that is really cool about it is that we have level and gain controls, so we can really mess with those preamp tones. The one in the middle, I think, is just like a natural kind of flat preamp tone. I haven't used that one as much just because I like the extra character you get from the other sounds. How are we doing for cameras? Probably okay. It's been a few weeks since I've pressed record on anything, so just making sure everything's good. Okay, so let's start off with the RE mode, both knobs at 12 o'clock. I mean, there's your overdrive tone. I mean, I know we're driving the amp a bit. Maybe I'll turn the drive down just a touch. Just one of those pedals that you turn it on and you never want to turn it off. It adds a sparkle, it adds a character to your sounds that is, you just don't want to be without. I like both the sounds actually. I've kind of always gravitated towards the RE mode, but that CE mode sounded excellent with this amp guitar combo as well, just adding more sparkle. I like that you can gain up the sounds, maybe not realistic to how the old units were, but having that option to push it is really cool. Like I said, probably my favourite Boss pedal of all time now. Maybe. Okay, let's move on to the last pedal I have for you today, and it's a little different to all the others. It's because I've never actually plugged it in. This is a Fjord Fuzz LOKE time warping delay thing. This is actually, I'm borrowing this from Carl Longbottom, who makes this guitar, and I wanted to show it to you because it looks cool. Fjord Fuzz is such a nice guy. I've never actually played any of his pedals before, but a little story for you guys. When I was first starting out making these videos, I didn't know much about the ins and outs of pedals. I was trying to learn as much as I can from as many people as I can. And the guy at Fjord Fuzz spent a real good chunk of time walking me through the ins and outs of fuzz face circuits, basically. He wrote me like a 2-page document just of all information of, you know, different transistors, how the tone bender is involved in that history. And yeah, I still refer to that document. He was so generous with his time and his knowledge back then. And I'm really excited to play one of his pedals for the first time. So I believe this is like a time manipulator. We have two modes, 0 to 100 millisecond delay, and then a 0 to 400 millisecond delay. So a short delay for, I guess, more of your double tracking, chorus, flanging effects, and then a longer delay for more delay type effects. But I also believe there is a bit of a random nature to this as well that we'll experiment with. What we'll do, there's a load of suggested settings here. Let's just pick a few. I have to say the foot switches feel great. Really nice build quality on this. Cool sound. I didn't really know what these knobs are doing. I'm just kind of following these suggested settings for now. One's going to be called Faux Reverb. Oh, I love that. Okay, I love that. I really, really love that. This one's called Whale Calls. Again, another cool sound. It sort of reminded me of the Judder that I played a few weeks ago. Let's move on to some of the longer delay times. So it's got like a preamp in there so you can drive the delay as well. For a first Fjord Fuzz pedal that I've tried, that's epic. I'm really happy to see that there's cool people making cool pedals, and I'm happy to see all the success that he's having, especially as he's such a nice guy. Awesome. Thank you, Carl, for lending me that pedal as well. Thank you for lending me this awesome guitar that I'm completely in love with. More about that next week. If you enjoyed the video, please go down and subscribe to the channel. Really helps me out. Hope you enjoyed some of these pedals that I should have shown you months ago. I promise I'll be better in the future. I'll show you as soon as I see something that I like. Let me know down in the comments which one is your favorite. If there are any underrated pedals that you own that more people should know about, let me know. Thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next video.